Can't believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, Vicious Jeremy, the CEO of Fantasy Pro Wrestling, and I hope you have enjoyed this portion of FPW Championship Wrestling, one of our new broadcasts here on YouTube and, of course, Facebook. I couldn't help but feel how you wrestling fans at home were feeling during that previous match. How I acknowledged a rematch in mid-match. Well, it's very simple, you see. I couldn't help but notice that the main event for Cavalcade is the Young Lion Battle Royale. A battle royale, every man for themselves. G.I. John and Private Pilgrim. If Private Pilgrim had won, that means that it wouldn't be a battle royale, it would just be a tag team. And so far, ladies and gentlemen, whether you know or you don't know, now you will know by the end of this broadcast, a lot of controversy has been going on in our qualifications to gain entry to participate in the Young Lion Battle Royale. Now, we don't have many Young Lions in Fantasy Pro Wrestling, but when we do, we have to use them to our best advantage. And so far, ladies and gentlemen, there have been 2 qualification matches that ended up in a draw game. We had to reconfigure, rechange the whole thing. I, as a manager, don't like to see bad results. I don't like to have to change the way the match is supposed to be. So I have come to the conclusion, no matter what happens in Fantasy Pro Wrestling, anything goes. And what just happened moments ago with Alberto Sanchez winning, well, I can't believe I'm going to be doing this, but I'm going to do this. After this segment is over, we're going back down to ringside. Sanchez, you're not going anywhere. I'm going to give the fans what they want to see. Unpredictability. Private Pilgrim, don't put your camo gear away. You're going to be at ringside too. Because coming up right here and right now is Private Pilgrim and Alberto Sanchez. And you, Sanchez, to attack Rochito Grande, you have no business being in this match. You weren't even selected. Since you are between the age of 20 and 30, I let it slide and see what you can do. Win this match, Sanchez, the 4th spot is yours. But if you lose, and that's a big if, well, G.I. John, Private Pilgrim, I will decide what's going to happen in the Young Lion Battle Royale. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. 2 teams! It'll be G.I. John, Private Pilgrim versus the team of Shane McKay and winner. That's right. I'm the boss. I call the shots. I say that's what's going to happen. But like I said, and like the match goes, 4 men will enter, 1 man will leave. That means that without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to have to face off against each other no matter what the cause will be. So I don't want to talk anymore. I'm wasting everyone's time, my time as well. So without further ado, let's go down to ringside. And since Johnny Baba Ganoush is not here, well, we got Rick Rocker. So Rick Rocker, the floor is yours, and have a good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rick Rocker, and I haven't done this commentating biz for quite some time, so if I'm a little rusty, I apologize in advance. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeremy, our CEO and the champion of the universe, has just announced that Private Pilgrim and Alberto Sanchez will be duking it out right here and right now for the 4th and final spot in the Young Lion Battle Royale next Friday at Cavalcade 2015. I am looking forward to it. Most of the time in this business, so I do backstage commentary and interview some of these stars, and I must say, these athletes are one of a kind. You will never, ever see this kind of action anywhere else. I mean, look what's happening right now. That's a guillotine choke by Private Pilgrim of the World Military Alliance. Alberto Sanchez is part of a team called the Brotherhood. Sounds kind of familiar, but anywho, Alberto Sanchez actually is taking over the spot of Rochito Grande, our beloved taco vendor, and what a hell of a man he is, and his food is always delicious. Oh my goodness, just like that, Private Pilgrim has been busted wide open. I am sure that both of these men are exhausted and fed up of all of these twists and turns, but this is a very important match because the brightest and the youngest stars here in fantasy pro wrestling and No Mercy hardcore wrestling have a chance of a lifetime to compete for a major championship title, whether that could be the Universal Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, or in this case, the No Mercy Championship, because these athletes are actually on the No Mercy brand. Now, moments ago, ladies and gentlemen, in the first 6 minutes, it was Private Pilgrim who had scored the advantage on Keegan Yamada, the Japanese warrior. We saw it with our own 2 eyes. Everyone saw it. Even I saw it. And I believe that Private Pilgrim deserves that victory and the 4th spot in the Young Lion Battle Royale. That's my opinion. But Alberto Sanchez, who almost won that match right now, he scores the victory by forcing Private Pilgrim into submission. That's a hell of an accomplishment right there, because the submission hold is real wrestling right there. Real wrestling. And I have seen thousands and thousands of matches from various promotions. I must say, a submission victory means more than a pinfall victory. And the audience are loving this. The fantasy pro wrestling world on their feet with their hands. And look at this. Nice roll there by Sanchez. Sky Stanley, get out there and count. Oh, he's too slow. He's too damn slow. Oh, there's that running big boot. A silent running big boot. And Pilgrim now, with no stamina in his gauge, is simply fighting on adrenaline. Rest, hold, and drain, and definitely draining his stamina right there. He is not looking good. Private Pilgrim now in the blue, in dire straits. Another bear hug, a classic bear hug, the same move that forced him into submission, and he's pulling it again for the 4th time. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, my broadcasting is over, and we've got a declared victor. Alberto Sanchez of the Brotherhood has successfully defeated Private Pilgrim of the WMA World Military Alliance. This is Rick Rocker, and what a fantastic score that is for Alberto Sanchez. This young man might actually end up winning the big one at Cavalcade 2015 next Friday, April 17th. Brought to you by Hyundai Accent. What a fantastic car that is. Hell, I actually have one too in the right way. and that's my cue to leave. So long, everybody, and be sure to watch these videos on YouTube and on Facebook. This is Fantasy Pro Wrestling, or FPW Championship Wrestling. Rick Rocker, the backstage interviewer, speaking for Johnny Nabaganush, who had just left moments ago, thinking this was already over. I thought it was over myself too, but anywho, that's for ass. We'll see you next Friday for FPW Cavalcade 2015. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and drive safely.